Hey everyone, what's up? Robbie Couch here. Robbie Couch from Views from the Couch. I am going live for my Friday week in review. Very excited to be here with you guys today. It's very sunny and pleasant here in Denver after that really crazy, what were they calling it? Bomb cyclone that we had. Luckily, I didn't lose power. Um, I know a lot of people lost power in Denver and around Colorado. I was one of the lucky ones, but the lights were flickering for a while and it was kind of freaky. All in all, I was very lucky though. Today is sunny though, and I'm happy it's Friday. So on today's week in review, I had like a list of a bunch of different news topics and things that happened throughout the week that I was looking forward to talk to you guys about. Sort of ranging from Trump news and more serious stuff to really fun pop culture, entertainment news stuff. But then last night, obviously, you guys have probably have heard by now the horrific things happening in the shooting in New Zealand, which is just like kind of makes your head spin. It's hard to wrap your head around how horrific and tragic the situation is. But I decided instead of like recapping just like frivolous stuff from the week, instead it seems like everyone is sort of wondering what's happening in New Zealand, and everyone's thinking about the victims in New Zealand. So I wanted to instead kind of take the time to talk about what's happening, the developments that we know at this point, and kind of go through what we can do about it. Like, where do we go from here? So as of right now, and the situation is ongoing, and every few minutes we're learning more stuff, so this could change. But as of right now, the latest reports I'm reading has the total casualties at 49 people. 49 people were killed when a gunman opened fire at two mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand. So 49 people were killed, dozens more were injured. We really don't know the breadth of like the fatalities and who exactly was affected and how far reaching the tragedy is at this point, but already we know that it's pretty horrific. We also know that a man in his late 20s has been charged with the murder, as well as 3 additional people who were taken into custody. He was in his late 20s. Police also found 2 explosive devices on a vehicle that was found near the scene. Fortunately, what I'm reading is that those, of the 2 devices, one has been diffused and the other one is in the process of getting diffused, or it maybe has already also been diffused. But fortunately, I don't believe those devices added to the pain and destruction that happened. Also, another really disturbing and alarming thing that happened, which maybe you guys heard about, was the fact that it was the shooter live streamed his actions on Facebook as it was happening, which is just like beyond insane. And I saw last night a few people sharing the video, or like even just screen grabs of the video. And to me, that's just absolutely so wild and inappropriate. Like, if you see the video, if you see screen grabs of the video, don't share it. That's exactly what this horrible person wanted to happen. He wanted his video to go viral. He wanted it to be shared far and wide across the world. So of course, if you see that video, if you see screen grabs of it, don't take part in it. Don't add to the pain and the heartache and the white supremacist ideals that this guy was so beholden to. Another really important part that I think everyone should recognize and understand from the situation is the fact that the gunman did post a manifesto on 8chan and Twitter, on social media platforms, where he noted that he has white supremacist and fascist ideals. Like, this wasn't a one-off, like, tortured soul who just had a bad day and decided to wake up and do this. This was someone who very clearly was radicalized online by the far right, and it's very disturbing and very alarming. In the manifesto, he suggested that Muslims in New Zealand were, quote, invaders. He said that immigration was a quote, he said that immigration was, quote, white genocide, which is so absolutely insane. He also said in his live stream that Donald Trump is a, quote, symbol of white identity and common purpose. Yeah, never thought I would see the day where an American president would be quoted by a white supremacist terrorist. But here we are. Yeah, so Donald Trump is apparently a symbol of white identity and common purpose. Can't say I'm super shocked, but here we are. It was sort of weird for me because I feel like because I've worked in the media for like going on a decade now, and I'm always on Twitter, I'm always reading the news, and I'm always trying to stay engaged and informed. It's like, sadly, I've sort of become a little desensitized to these sorts of horrific things and mass shootings and stuff like that, which is not a good thing. I'm not proud of that, but I think I sort of have become desensitized. But last night I was like folding some laundry on my bed and the news broke, and it just seemed so horrific from the beginning and like really rattled me. And I think it's just because like when I think of New Zealand, it's just like this tiny island. I just think of beautiful mountains and nice people, and it's so small. It's like an island with 5 million people, and like obviously my idea of what New Zealand is, I've never been there. Like it's probably very misconstrued, and I shouldn't have that idea of the country, but for some reason, because that was my perspective of it, like I think it shook me to my core. Like, oh my God, like, yeah, hate and this sort of extremism can happen anywhere, and it can affect any sort of marginalized community. So it was not, it definitely rattled me. And I think it's really important that